Title: Supersized supermajorities stir up state squabbles. TLDR. State legislatures across the U.S. are currently on a power trip. Supermajorities in 28 states are rocking the boat with the ability to override gubernatorial vetoes without needing a thumbs-up from the minority party. This has led to a tidal wave of edge-pushing policies on sensitive issues like abortion, climate, and transgender rights. Can we call this democracy on steroids? Or is it a toxic cocktail for controversial policies? Full article. From the swampy bayous of Louisiana to the misty mountains of Montana, state lawmakers are playing their supermajority card like never before. The power poker is escalating, with both the Republican and Democratic parties holding the majority in 28 states, enough to give a gubernatorial veto the all talk to the hand gesture. But is this power show all fun and games? Or are we just creating a Frankenstein monster of political power? In North Carolina, for instance, a new supermajority of Republicans shook the table with fresh abortion restrictions. Meanwhile, the Vermont Democrat supermajority decided to play Mother Nature, implementing a climate-sensitive home heating law. Not to be left out, Montana's GOP supermajority flexed their muscles by kicking a transgender lawmaker off the House floor. In each case, their opponents' views were about as significant as a chocolate teapot. Seems fair, right? Or does it smell like tyranny disguised as democracy? The number of states with such supermajorities is at its highest level since the 80s. Yeah, that's right. While we thought the 80s were all about crazy hairdos, neon spandex, and synthpop, turns out they were also about political power play. But the 2023 edition is a bit different. There's a whole lot of party switching going on to achieve these supermajorities. Remember when you switched from Team Jacob to Team Edward in Twilight? Well, state reps are doing the same, only with way more serious consequences. In North Carolina, for instance, State Representative Tricia Cottom changed her party tag from Democrat to Republican, giving the GOP another supermajority. Soon after, she cast a critical vote, allowing the new GOP supermajority to override a veto of legislation banning most abortions after 12 weeks of pregnancy. This got us thinking, is party switching the new trend? Or is it just a shortcut to scoring political touchdowns? Meanwhile, in Vermont, the Democratic-led legislature is planning to override vetoes by Republican Governor Phil Scott, including a bill expanding childcare subsidies for some families. They've already bagged a victory in May, overriding Scott's veto of a clean heating standard bill. Hey, why settle for a regular majority when you can have a supermajority, right? Or are we just endorsing a might is right kind of governance? So, what's causing this supermajority mania? The rise of supermajorities is credited to Americans increasingly voting along party lines. Plus, politicians have been savvy, or cunning, enough to gerrymander voting district boundaries to their advantage. But here's a question for you. Is this what you signed up for when you chose your party? Or are we forgetting the true essence of democracy, compromise, negotiation, and respecting minority rights? So,